The mark of the beast is a concept that has captured the imagination of many people, especially in religious and apocalyptic circles. This symbol, mentioned in the book of Revelation, has been the subject of much debate and speculation. But what exactly does it mean? Does it refer to a physical mark, a spiritual phenomenon, or something else entirely? In this script, we'll dive deep into the origins, interpretations, and implications of the mark of the beast. The biblical context. The mark of the beast is found in the Bible, specifically in Revelation 13:16-18. This passage describes a figure, often referred to as the beast, who compels people to take a mark on their right hand or forehead. Without this mark, they cannot buy or sell. The number associated with this mark is famously 666, which has sparked countless theories and fears. The beast in the number 666. The beast itself is described in Revelation 13 as a powerful, malevolent figure who exercises authority over the earth. The number 666 is called the number of a man, and it has long been linked to the concept of imperfection, as it falls short of the perfect number 7. Historically, many scholars have tried to decode the meaning of 666, leading to theories ranging from references to Roman emperors like Nero to more esoteric interpretations. The mark, literal or symbolic? One of the key questions surrounding the mark of the beast is whether it is a literal or symbolic mark. Some people believe that the mark will be a physical, visible sign, like a tattoo or microchip, while others see it as a metaphor for allegiance or submission to a corrupt system or ideology. Throughout history, the interpretation of this mark has evolved, often reflecting societal fears or technological advancements. Historical and cultural interpretations. In the early centuries, some Christians believed the mark of the beast was related to the Roman Empire's emperor worship. To refuse to worship the emperor was seen as a rebellious act, and such defiance was considered a mark of opposition to the beast's authority. In more modern times, the idea of a literal mark has been tied to fears about technology, such as microchips or biometric scans. The mark in economic control Revelation 13:17 states that no one could buy or sell without the mark. This has led many to believe that the mark of the beast is linked to economic control. The idea is that a global system will emerge that forces people to submit to a centralized authority in order to engage in trade or even access basic necessities. This has often been associated with theories of a cashless society and digital currencies. The mark in modern technology. In today's world, some see technology as a potential avenue for the fulfillment of the prophecy. Concepts like digital identification, implants, and biometric security systems often bring the mark of the beast to mind. While these technologies are generally designed for convenience or security, their potential to track and control people's movements has led some to draw parallels with the apocalyptic mark described in Revelation. A symbol of allegiance. Another interpretation of the mark of the beast is that it symbolizes allegiance to a power or system that stands in opposition to God. In this sense, the mark isn't a literal physical mark, but a sign of spiritual loyalty. Those who take the mark might be seen as having pledged their loyalty to a world system that values materialism, power, and control over spiritual matters. The concept of choice. In the passage in Revelation, it's clear that taking the mark is a choice, though it may be presented under duress or through coercion. The idea that the mark is a voluntary action rather than an involuntary imposition is an important one, as it speaks to the larger theme of free will. People must decide whether to submit to the authority of the beast or to refuse it, regardless of the consequences. The mark and the end times. For many Christians, the mark of the beast is directly tied to the end times, the period of tribulation and the ultimate confrontation between good and evil. In this context, the mark represents a dividing line between those who align themselves with the forces of evil and those who remain faithful to God. Those who refuse the mark are often depicted as facing persecution, economic hardship, and even martyrdom. Spiritual implications of the mark. From a spiritual perspective, the mark of the beast can be seen as representing a person's internal allegiance. It's not just about a physical symbol, but about what's in the heart and mind. Those who take the mark may be seen as spiritually compromised, having chosen material wealth or power over spiritual purity. This interpretation stresses the importance of the inner state of the individual rather than external appearances. The role of deception. Revelation 13 describes how the beast will use deception to persuade people to take the mark. It's important to note that deception plays a key role in this narrative. The beast is not necessarily forcing people to take the mark through outright violence, but rather through manipulation, persuasion, and the promise of economic security. This points to the power of persuasion and how easily people can be deceived by appearances or promises of comfort. The mark as a test of faith for believers. The mark of the beast serves as a test of faith. In Revelation, the faithful are warned not to take the mark, even at the risk of their lives. This creates a tension between survival and spiritual integrity. The refusal to take the mark becomes a sign of loyalty to God, even in the face of great personal sacrifice. Ethical and social implications. The mark of the beast raises significant ethical questions, especially in the modern world. In a society increasingly dominated by technology and surveillance, where do we draw the line between security and control? Can a society maintain freedom and individuality while also adopting technologies that monitor and regulate people's behavior? These questions resonate with the contemporary debate over privacy, liberty, and technological advancements. The mark in the global order. In some interpretations, the mark of the beast is seen as part of a larger global order that seeks to consolidate power and control. This idea aligns with fears of globalization, where national sovereignty is eroded in favor of international cooperation or control. Those who oppose this system might be marginalized or persecuted, drawing a parallel between modern political struggles and the apocalyptic vision in Revelation. The mark of conformity and modern society. In modern discussions, some argue that the mark of the beast can be viewed as a symbol of societal conformity. Just as the beast in Revelation demands submission to a certain system, today's world often encourages people to conform to certain economic, political, and cultural norms. The pressure to fit into these systems, whether through consumerism, political ideology, or social conformity, can be seen as a modern manifestation of this ancient prophecy. This interpretation calls into question the extent to which people are truly free to think and act independently in a world where external pressures are pervasive. The mark of the beast remains one of the most enigmatic and controversial topics in biblical prophecy. Whether interpreted literally or symbolically, it serves as a powerful warning about the dangers of unchecked power and the importance of remaining faithful to one's beliefs, even in the face of adversity. The message is timeless. We must remain vigilant, discerning, and aware of the systems that seek to control us, ensuring that we never lose sight of what is truly important: our spiritual integrity.